All right, y'all. Cowboys get their first dub, but, a few takeaways from the game that I personally saw was one, man, Mike McCarthy did a number on Dak's confidence as far as running. I do believe he helped showcase that he's an accurate passer whenever he's on. But, man, some of those times Dak would be gone for at least 4 or 5 yards, and that, keep us in positive yardage as far as being ahead of the sticks. So, but going back and thinking about it, man, Mike McCarthy had Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers was not a, pocket passer by any means, but I do think Mike McCarthy gets a lot of credit for what Aaron Rodgers was able to accomplish with him. So that's one takeaway I did get from this game. We've been talking about Dak moving and things of that sort, but, we really haven't seen it. We've seen him naked boot, roll boot, stuff like that, a couple sprint outs, I think, but that's not going to count as mobility for a quarterback in 2025. Another thing that I try to get this video out before the game, but another question nonetheless that I took away as one of my takeaways for the game, my second one, is can the Cowboys stack positive games? The Eagles game was a positive game, very clean game. I believe they showed they have the ability to win ugly today, but playoff football is, yes, you got to be able to punch back when you've been punched in the mouth, yes, but less mistakes, less penalties. Can you win clean? Can you stack clean games? You may not dominate, but can you play clean? Because the cleanliness may be what separates you, from going to an NFC championship or things of that sort, and that's really banking on a huge hypothetical because, it's going to come down to execution in the playoffs if the Cowboys make it. So that's one thing I wanted to really hit on. But today, I also really, believe it came to fruition as the defense got torched today. And I don't believe it's necessarily the edge rushers. I don't believe that the DBs have continuity, and they should. These are senior guys that have been here way longer than some of these younger guys on the pass rush. The pass rush is taking care of business. Oso Digizua, Kenny Clark alone, these are defensive tackles, 3 techs and 1 techs going in, disrupting the pocket, flushing things out for these young guys, letting them see what it looks like to be in position with, one guy not just being accounted for like Minkah was. And, showing these rookies how to kind of play that game. But nonetheless, the defensive continuity as far as the skill guys in the back end, I'll say this. The Cowboys were in talks with the Jets whenever they were talking about trading Micah Parsons. Now, they do have capital. I don't believe the Jets are in a situation where they would hold on to, draft picks that have been paid from another regime. Obviously, the money would have to work out, but the Jets would be willing to eat a lot of Sauce Gardner's, salary that he's just been paid to get off of him for, a 2, a 4. I don't think he's worth a 1. I think that's kind of a quarterback thing nowadays, but or an elite edge rusher. I don't believe Sauce has the interceptions to go for a 1, but Sauce Gardner, another sneaky guy that I really like. I've liked since he came into the league and got traded to Pittsburgh. He's now back down in South Beach, man. Minkah Fitzpatrick. We've seen Diggs go in and blitz. So we know that Eberflus is willing to blitz DBs. Instead of sending Diggs, who is a cover guy at best, or not at best, he's a cover guy. He's not a physical, that's just not his game. That's okay. He's not a Devon Witherspoon, those guys. Go get you a Minkah Fitzpatrick. The Dolphins are going to blow that thing up. They've got to. So I don't think any big name guy, I guess Minkah was a big name at one point, Alabama guy, but me being a DB myself, the DB room just doesn't have enough continuity. The corners are, young. Deron Bland can't be counted on, which sucks. He's just been paid, but next year he'll be like the 10th or 11th top paid corner. So it's a good contract. Of course, people are going to have to eat it, and they're going to talk about the Cowboys now on that. But that's one, another takeaway that I had. I know I kind of went on a tangent there and made them one, but the Cowboys have good coaching. The Cowboys, they did not play a clean game today, but they were able to win ugly. This was a divisional game, so it does count. People are going to say, this was the Giants. Man, Russell Wilson has hardware. This is a good, barometer for what this team can go through if it does face some, adversity. And it has already with injuries and young guys and Minkah, the whole thing. This team is showing they'll punch and they will pull the trigger to win. So I appreciated some of those things. The linebackers aren't really showing up like I thought they would. Sanborn, I thought, was really gonna, have a presence, especially within, the A-B gap kind of area. I don't think he guessed as much today, but I feel like he got to the point of attack and got big eyes because he's now in Dallas, and I believe those things are going to get better on in the season. But our guys got to tackle, for one. But the defense is scaring me. But two, I'd like to see George Pickens get, I don't want to say schemed open, but, a little bit more than what we're already accustomed to him getting. He's already getting cloud coverage, so let's not just throw him, the verticals we know he's going to be targeted and, accounted for in the defensive scheme or strategy for that week. So, keep giving this guys what we're giving CD underneath, things like that. CD can take his butt up the seams or outside the numbers. Whatever he's got to do, he can run vertical routes. Let's get George hot so then he's not receiving so much cloud, and let's get I think there could be a little bit more of a 1-2 punch there with the wide receivers. But those are my takeaways today, man. One, Dak's game got really hurt under Mike McCarthy. I do believe he got to show that Dak is an elite passer when he's on. I do think he'll miss, and he will press. When Dak starts pressing, that's when he starts throwing those picks. I don't think that the pick that he actually threw today was necessarily on him. Well, he pulled the trigger. Yes, I believe he threw it into double coverage. It was on him, but he has a guy in his lap nonetheless. Dak, dude, you're what, a decade veteran? You can't let that go. Just eat the sack. But I believe that really kind of showcased today that Mike McCarthy's scheme is just very old school, and you can see Dak's just not even willing to run sometimes. And I don't think it's the injuries. Sometimes you can coach running and the ability to run out of guys, because running the football is a gift. I don't care what anybody says. I loved football, but I was a DB. That was my thing. Ran fast, all that stuff. But you put the ball in my hands and it becomes a hot potato. I don't know what to do with it. That's not my game. So I think that's one takeaway. Two, these DBs have got to, I'm not sure. We've seen these guys for long enough. It's time to start investing in that back end. Get some young guys back there that are actually trying to catch picks and fill. I think that everybody's kind of got used to, as far as that back end, everyone's gotten used to the, feast or famine. We're going to blitz and we're going to do that. No, sir, you are a cover guy first. Even safeties. I know you have run fits, inside outs, all that stuff, or I believe safeties are outside ends, but no, that's corner. So they're inside out. But nonetheless, the Cowboys show that they can fight today. And again, they showed tenacity with the Eagles, but they showed they can fight and win. So we've got some things to clean up. But again, my points are Mike McCarthy hurt Dak's game, but we got to get him moving so he can at least be a threat. Two, we've got to get some help on that back end. And Jerry and them have hinted at, some of the draft capital that they do have and talking about making moves in Dak's window. I believe Dak's really got 2 more years on his contract and he's movable if possible. So I expect moves on that back end soon, man. I could see an edge rusher, but I wouldn't give up more than a 4 or 5 for him. Now, for, some of these young guys that might be in talks, I don't know what I'd give up for a Surtain, and I don't really think they'd give him up, but I know they just took, the guy out of Texas this year. So I'm talking the Broncos. So they just took Jahdae Barron, and, hypothetically, I'd love to get Pat Surtain, but, they need help on that back end, guys. So let me know what you think, man. Subscribe. I appreciate everyone that is subscribed. Sorry I uploaded so late, man. The daughter was fighting me hard, so I love y'all nonetheless, dude.